But those voices will eventually dim. The shouters will be reduced to the marginal characters that they've always been. They'll be put back into the boxes that they came from. How do I know this? Because the Eddies will come to our defense one more time. They will stand shoulder to shoulder to honor the legacy of those who built this nation, who fought its wars, who bowed in prayer in a rich variety of faiths, and who raised the families that are the backbone of America. And when they do, I can guarantee you that this nation, that this world, will be a safer place, even for the lunatic fringe. I'm Michael Savage. Those are the closing words to my last political book, Scorched Earth. I can't do any more than I've done. It's that simple. I've spoken from the heart. I've written from the heart. I've given it my all. The rest is up to the American people, which way they go. This is not about selling a book. This is about selling an idea, about selling a revolution. Have you been to your local bookstore to find the book? Did you have trouble finding Scorched Earth at the bookstore? How did the book clerks deal with you, Eddie and Edettes? Was the book front and center where it's supposed to be? Was it hidden? Did you buy multiple copies, one for yourself and one for your liberal wife or neighbor? Are you planning on carrying Scorched Earth to work? I wouldn't even ask you to take it on a bus or a subway, because you'd probably be spit upon by the illegitimate left, who has no chance of even understanding what a free nation means. But you can carry it to work. You can put it on your desk at work. Will you talk to people about the book and its message? I hope so. Has anyone confronted you because you carried the book around? And that's it. I mean, that's the whole story in a nutshell. WMAL, Steve, thanks for holding. You're on the Savage Nation. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. I respectfully disagree with you about your views on violence. You have stated previously that liberalism is a mental disorder. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I don't understand how, if that is the case, that we can win in the arena of ideas when the only thing that they seem to understand is violence, sir. And, you know,
I understand. Intellectually, you are correct. But now carry it to the next step. What are you calling for?
Well, what am I calling for? I'm not calling for anything. It's the other side that's calling for, and if you've been listening...
I agree. Obama uses groups like Occupy, like Black Lives Matter, like La Raza to intimidate the middle class of all races. I understand what violence looks like. We've seen it in Ferguson. We've seen it in Baltimore. We've seen it in Minneapolis. We know what violence is. We know what a communist revolution looks like. But if you feed it by fighting it, what will happen is you'll wind up with Syria. I think what we need to do is empower our police again. I think we need to let them loose on these mobs. We need to let the police control these mobs. That's what they're supposed to do. In fact, that's what they're paid to do. Their job is to control the violence, not to provoke more violence.
Under Barack Hussein Obama, it's not going to happen. He's going to provoke the situation and pour gasoline on the fire. We're going to end up in a violent civil war.
So you're agreeing with my 2 book ago title, Stop the Coming Civil War, then?
Agreeing with you wholeheartedly. We can't stop it. It's here. You know.
I agree there is a civil war. I agree with you 1,000% that he's a maniac trying to start a shooting civil war in order to bring about an insurrection and can crush us all together. I understand where he's coming from. He's a devil. He is absolutely demonic. I get that. That doesn't mean we have to feed into it, does it?
Feeding into it is not what it's about. He's going to push us into it.
Okay, let me tell you, what's the match that's going to set it off?
Okay.
What will be our Fort Sumter?
There are several. Number 1, inaction of martial law, stealing the election, assassination of Donald Trump, forced vaccines, and elimination of a cash system and adoption of a cashless system. These are just some Fort Sumter ideas that are going to happen.
Good. Well, you're a very well-versed individual. I assume that you are very, very carefully studying these things.
Well, one thing...
I won't ask you the next question, which is, are you a member of an armed group?
Here's the thing. Whether I'm a member of an armed group or not, you know, I'm a member. Yes, it's called the United States of American Patriots. Yes, it's the whole nation. Yes, we are an armed group. Yes, I'm a member of an armed group, gun owners of America. Yes, we all own guns. I'm a member of that group. Patriots, good people. Yes, Christians. Yes, right wingers.
So you're one of the deplorables that Grandma hates.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm as deplorable as you can get.
Well, welcome to the Deplorable Club. It's an honor to be meeting you, Mr. Deplorable. I'm very proudly a member of the Deplorable Club. Do you think that Obama can be stopped before he does something so drastic that he provokes some type of horrible violence?
I do not believe so. He's already provoking horrible violence all over.
Well, he has, I know. If for him to take the thugs from Black Lives Matter into the White House is provoking violence.
Agree.
For him to shovel 10,000 Syrian Muslims down our throats, which, by the way, is an impeachable offense. Congress has the right to control immigration, not a dictator. The man is a dictator. He's an out-of-control, petty dictator who is trying to provoke an armed rebellion against it. I know what he's trying to do. But so far, no one's taken the bait, have they?
No, they haven't. I'd love to send your book to my liberal lesbian niece.
Liberal lesbian niece?
Yes.
Liberal lesbian niece. Why are so many gay people liberals? Can you explain that to me? You would think that by nature they should be conservative in light of the fact that so many of the Muslims that Obama's bringing in are not modern Muslims, but quite traditional in their hatred of gays and lesbians. Why would they vote for a man or a woman like Hillary who will bring in more of the people who will hate gays? Can anyone explain that to me?
I feel that I can. Basically what it is after the San Bernardino shootings, I don't understand why gays haven't armed up yet. I guess some of them have, but...
Well, you know, this is interesting. There's been a counter-revolution amongst the gay people after Orlando in the gay nightclub when the Muslims slaughtered them in the most horrible manner you can imagine. The media has covered up what they actually did to them. It was not just shooting, it was mutilation of human beings. There's a movement amongst gay people, actually, to buy guns. A huge movement for the Second Amendment amongst gays. That was an unexpected result of the Orlando massacre. It's something that Hillary never counted on.
I feel that it can be explained in two words: pathological altruism.
Well, where does the altruism apply when it comes to her uncle, you? She has no altruism for you.
Well, I mean, I guess not.
I mean, for everybody on Earth, they have altruism for everyone on Earth except you?
Well, this is a phenomenon that's going on in Sweden right now. If you study Sweden, you'll see they're suffering from pathological altruism. And
oh, I know. I wrote a whole chapter in Scorched Earth entitled From the Iceman to the Nice Man. And I talk about how, oh, that's a great chapter, how the descendants of the Vikings have become complete and total fruitcake patsies. Let me send you Scorched Earth. I think I'm going to read that when I come back, From the Iceman to the Nice Man. And you're getting a copy of that book, Mr. Eddie. I'll be right back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
The Savage Nation is sponsored by Swiss America, the only company I trust with my financial future. Call 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com. Not long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, to expand the business, to go on vacation, to buy a new car, remember? But today, withdrawing your own cash has become very, very risky. Listen, according to The Secret War on Cash, a new Swiss America white paper I just read, it made my hair stand on end. You better be careful when you go to the bank. I learned why banks are now required to spy on you and I for the government. And then they report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. What does that mean? Get The Secret War on Cash now by calling 800-289-2646. 800-289-2646. Did you know simply spending cash today is enough to get you branded as a potential criminal? You heard me. You better read The Secret War on Cash. It's free by calling 800-289-2646. The new war against cash is really a war against all freedom-loving Americans. Find out how to survive and thrive by reading The Secret War on Cash. It's free if you call 800-289-2646 right now.
Okay. Property owners and landlords, are you looking for or considering a 1031 exchange? Would you enjoy the freedom of getting out of management and potentially generating monthly cash flow without paying capital gains taxes? What if you could own professionally managed properties anchored by the historic stability of major universities? Consider the Nelson Brothers Student Housing 1031 exchanges. Nelson Brothers believes well-positioned student housing may show limited correlation to the economy. Call 800-580-1031. Diversify into multiple properties that'll potentially offer monthly cash flow. To see available properties or if a 1031 is right for you, call now at 1-800-580-1031. That's 1-800-580-1031. This is not an offer to sell or a solicitation to buy securities. Securities will only be sold pursuant to a private placement memorandum. Securities offered through Emerson Equity LLC, member of FINRA SIPC, only to accredited investors and only in states where Emerson Equity LLC is registered. Past performance does not guarantee future results. All investments involve risk. You should consult a tax professional prior to investing.
Hey, give your car a break. You think it wants to be dirty? Your car is a lot happier when it's clean, inside and out. So do your vehicle and yourself a favor and drive to Shine and Seal. Shine and Seal is quick, easy, and you're in and out in under 5 minutes. Shine and Seal is a new state-of-the-art facility, is environmentally friendly, and offers the latest brushless cleaning technology called NeoGlide that cleans and protects your car's finish. And Shine and Seal offers great deals on washes like unlimited car washes starting at $29.99 a month, or prepay for 3 washes and get 1 free. And Shine and Seal has the most powerful self-serve vacuums in the city, conveniently located at 367 Bayshore Boulevard in San Francisco. For directions, visit shineandseal.com. That's shine the letter N seal.com. Shine and Seal accepts all major credit cards as well as Apple Pay and Google Wallet payments. Keep your vehicle clean all year with a little help from Shine and Seal.
Hi, Jason Stapleton here. Are you interested in political talk without all the rhetoric? You can find it on my podcast, The Jason Stapleton Program. We get 5-star ratings from iTunes because I keep it simple. Straight talk about the issues without the left or right leanings and bloated opinions. The Jason Stapleton Program is about American individualism, liberty-oriented discussions, and the clarity to think for yourself. Go to newlibertytalk.com and listen now. That's newlibertytalk.com.
With your Mayo Clinic Radio Health Minute, I'm Vivian Williams. With a diagnosis of breast cancer, there can be lots of questions. Do I need chemo? What about radiation? And what surgery is best for me?
The options for treating the tumor surgically are the same, and those are either a lumpectomy or a mastectomy.
Lumpectomy, explains Mayo Clinic breast surgeon Dr. Sarah McLaughlin, is removing just the tumor, while mastectomy is removing the entire breast.
There's some situations where lumpectomy is not an option, but in general, 80% of women can have lumpectomy.
Yet Dr. McLaughlin says more and more women are choosing mastectomy. But keep in mind,
there's no difference in survival between having a lumpectomy and having a mastectomy. Women don't live longer if they have a mastectomy, and they don't die sooner from breast cancer if they have a lumpectomy.
That's why Dr. McLaughlin says it's important to take time to consider your treatment plan carefully. For more information, talk to your doctor or visit mayoclinic.org.
Support our troops. We hear it practically every day. We read it in the papers, on yard signs, on bumper stickers. It's something we all agree on. Whenever and wherever the men and women of our armed forces are called, we send our support with them. It's something we all do. And supporting the USO is how it's done. For more than 60 years, the USO has tirelessly maintained a bridge back home for our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen around the world who fight to preserve the freedoms we hold so dear. The USO receives no government funding. It employs only private citizens and volunteers and depends entirely on the generosity of the American people to fulfill its mission. Help us support our troops. To find out more about the USO and how you can help, call us at 888-USO-5566 or visit our website at uso.org.
How would you describe your health care? If you're like most Americans these days, the word affordable isn't top of mind. Well, here's some good news. There's actually a trusted health care option that is affordable. It's called Medishare. Unlike insurance, Medishare is Christian healthcare sharing, a community of more than 200,000 believers across America who share each other's medical expenses. It's about half the cost of insurance, and it's fully acceptable under the law. And here's the best part. Because Medishare is based on biblical principles, you never pay for things that go against your beliefs. Medishare is affordable health care for Christians.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 844-43-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 844-43-BIBLE. That's 844-43-BIBLE.
Now back to Michael Savage on Talk Radio 560 KSFO.
And I'm proud to be a Rookie from the
Sing it along, Eddies. All the Eddies out there, sing along.
Place where even squares can have a ball.
Hey, Grandma, shove it. Shove it up your suit pants.
Wave old glory down at the courthouse.
Go have another water, Grandma.
Lightning still the biggest thrill of all.
Go have some skillets,
And white
Grandma.
lightning still the biggest.
So in my book, Scorched Earth, there's a great chapter called From the Iceman to the Nice Man. And I talk about what happened to the descendants of the Vikings, especially in Sweden, where they've been deballed as a result of 30, 40 years of a nanny state and the progressives destroying the masculinity in the nation. I refer to, I'm not going to read from it, I'm going to paraphrase because time is short, a show on the History Channel called The Vikings, which is an exception to everything that's wrong with the entertainment industry. It was amazing. Production, writing, astounding historical accuracy. Anyway, there's a scene of a bunch of kids in a Viking village throwing around some leather-wrapped toy that looked like a ball. And there's a little boy in a wagon who was brought out to watch them play. The little boy had been handpicked by his mother, who was married to the Viking chief, to be taught how to be a real Viking in the old days. All right. She wanted a ferocious son. So the little boy had a father who was a ferocious Viking who had adopted a Christian priest captured during one of their raids in England. And at first the Vikings had treated the Christian priest as a slave. But eventually the Christian priest preached Christianity to the Viking chief and in so doing weakened him. He became weak in the eyes of his own wife, a Viking woman who wanted her boy to be raised as a Viking, not as a weakling. So she secretly raised the boy to raise him as a Viking. All right, so during the scene, the kid is indoors being taught the Viking ways, and there's other little Viking boys outside playing with the ball. And then he's taken out in the cart, and the ball comes to the kid in the wagon, and it bounces out of his hand, and the other boys threw it back to the kid. So the kid holds on to it, and one of the other boys runs up and tries to take the ball out of the kid's hand. The kid grabs a stick or something, wraps the other boy over the head with it, and hits him and breaks his head open, kills him. A little 3 or 4-year-old boy just picked up something and smacked the boy in the head and killed him, broke his head open. The mother rushes out and holds him and says, "Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong." Flash to the end of the show when there was an interview with the director-writer who's a genius. He talked about the sequence and he says, "I wanted to show that the kid was being taught how to be a Viking without a conscience and that he'd done a good job because he hit the boy." Now let's jump forward to ISIS. They have no conscience. They have no conscience whatsoever. But the difference between the ISIS subhumans and the Vikings is that the ISIS subhumans wrap their no-conscience subhumanity in a religion. Then they'll tell you it's the religion mumbo-jumbo that justifies their raping, killing of women and children, burying them alive, chopping off heads, setting them on fire. Mumbo-jumbo, mumbo-jumbo. You understand where I'm going with this? From the Iceman to the Nice Man? Let's go to America. ISIS is training their children to have no conscience, to kill with no conscience. While here in America, we have people screaming about microaggression on college campuses. We have little boys being taught that what they are thinking is aggressing on minorities in some way. Little white boys being taken out of school for thinking about what they want to do with girls, for being boys. So my friends, ask yourself a question, as I do in Scorched Earth. Who will win this war? The Iceman or the Nice Man? Think about it. I will say right now that unless this insanity that is coming off the campuses and out of the psychotic left is resisted, we are finished. Not only as a society, Hillary, but as a nation, Hillary. We will disappear. Not only the deplorables, Hillary, but even your grandchild. We will disappear, Hillary. Do you know what you are creating? That's it for today. Go to a bookstore, pick it up, buy it for a friend. I'll be back for another big hour. Be here.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
With your Mayo Clinic Radio Health Minute, I'm Tracy McCrae. The first human genome was sequenced over a decade ago, and with that came the promise that this event would revolutionize the field of medicine.
So the Mayo Clinic Individualized Medicine Clinic is where we're moving from promise to practice.
Dr. Alexander Parker says rapid technological advances have made integrating genetics and genomics into patient care both practical and cost-effective.
Simply put, when we go to the doctor, we want answers to our questions that are most relevant to us. What's causing my disease? What's the best treatment for me? We now have an ability to provide answers that are personalized